Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and today, in this video, we're going to continue working on weird science. I didn't get as much done as I would have liked to. I did have it in my humidity chamber for a full week. Originally, I was only going to put it in there for a couple of days. I had other things I had to get done, so yeah, it was in there for a full week, and then I did some other work to it, and you know what? Let's watch the video. That'll explain it all, or most of it. All right, the first thing I'm going to put down is a Mylar sheet. This is just about the same width as the tape, so that's kind of handy. Next thing is a brand new, clean piece of Kollecting, which just happens to be about the same size as the Mylar sheet, which is a good thing. And the next thing I'm going to put down is the right side cover to Weird Science. We're going to put it up about there and just overlap it just a little bit onto the tape, not much, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. And then we're going to put the back side on. Same thing. We'll actually, maybe we won't overlap it. I don't think I need to overlap it. Actually, I don't think I need to overlap it at all. Yeah, just like that. Then I'm going to take another piece of Kollecting and set it down. Brand new piece of Kollecting, never been used before. I want those to be right. Where is my... There it is. I'm not measuring, I'm just making sure that the bottom lines up. So, what's next? I'll show you. I'm not hiding anything. I thought about using a spray bottle for this, but changed my mind. This is a calcium hydroxide solution. It has a pH of about 9. And if I need to get more, I will. The whole purpose of this is just to get it wet. And like I said, it was already damp, so it should get wet pretty easily. I'm going to take another piece of Mylar, put it over the top. So I can flip the whole thing over. Yeah, I'm going to probably put a little bit more calcium hydroxide on there. In fact, we're going to spray it down with, this is calcium hydroxide and betaine, because I might as well clean it a little bit. It looks like my sprayer is about shot. Yeah, you buy cheap stuff, you get what you pay for. This is going to ruin my piece of masonite, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to let it soak in there for a little while. I'm not sure how long yet, but a little while. I had a paper towel and now it's gone. Oh well. So, yeah, we'll be back in a bit. Alright, what's next? We're going to lift this off. Set it off to the side. And then we're going to squeegee. And we're going to do it this way. Do it again, because I'm not going to turn it over yet. Well, I might. Actually, I think that's a good idea. We're going to turn it over. Why, you ask? You'll find out. Let me clean this off real quick. Another paper towel. Get as much liquid off of it as I can. And we'll set it back down. And I'm going to flip it over. So I decide I want to do the back side, or the front side. Actually, this is the front side. I'm going to do that first. And I know you're saying, what are you doing? We'll find out. I'm going to take the Kollecting and we're going to roll it up. And what I have here is a mixture of methyl cellulose, calcium hydroxide, and nanocellulose, all mixed together. Why? Yeah, why not? There's not a lot of nanocellulose in there. It's about half as much as what there is of methyl cellulose. Not a lot of calcium hydroxide, but there is some. And mostly it's water. And we're just going to paint it. Just like this. We're going to do this side, same thing. I'm going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to roll the Kollecting back over it, put the mylar sheet back on it, and flip it over again. And that should allow all these bubbles to pop. So I'll be back. Alright, that's been sitting for about 5 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and roll this back out. Put my sheet of Mylar back on there. And flip it back over. Now we will pull this Mylar off. And do the same thing. We're going to paint this side now after we roll the sheet over. The Kollecting over. If I can find out which one it is. There it is. We'll roll the Kollecting. It just makes it easier to put it back on. That's why I'm rolling it. Besides, how often do you get to see me rolling stuff? Now we'll do the same thing. Alright. Apparently I pulled off a little more. This is left over from before. I guess I didn't get all of the I don't like doing this way, but it appears that there is still some Japanese paper left on there. So now it's gone. Now it's off. All of it's off. Try one more time just to make sure. Yeah, that got it. I'm going to let it sit for a little while. Alright, next I'm going to take my methyl cellulose and nanocellulose mix. Put it on those areas that I'm going to, actually that piece is right there. Maybe we can get it to go back in there. Probably not, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to put this on all of the edges. Where I will be adding a little bit of furnish. Oops. Other piece that came off. That's all right. I don't know if I'm going to put furnish all the way around it or not. But just in case I decide I want to have this on there. Kind of depends on if I have enough. I don't know if I made enough to go around all the sides. Guess we'll find out in a bit. Now, I was originally planning on doing this with my, not doing it this way. I was originally planning on using my, yeah. It's got a lot of water in it. My suction table. I was originally planning on doing my suction table. But every time I do it with my suction table, I end up with way more furnish. It's just too thick. And the pages dry out real fast. Yeah, this is still a little thicker than what I wanted. That's all right. Put a little bit right here. Don't want a whole lot there, just a little bit. Ended up with a lot. Put some up in this corner. Put some in this corner. All along the bottom edge because it's ragged. And I'm moving it around a little bit with this brush, but I'm going to use my little spatula in a bit. It's going to take a little while, but that's okay. I'm going to take a little bit of this from the bottom and move it up here where it's needed. That's real thin up there. It's too thin. It's not going to cover everything. Okay, I'm going to keep working this, and I'll be back once I get it all worked and ready for the next step. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and roll this back out. Okay, I rolled it all the way across. That was fun. I know to hold that side. I don't know what I was doing. There we go. I've got a little bit there that came off. Need to move that back into place. Get a little bit of this down here, put up here. Okay, try that again. All of it came out of here. It should have stayed there. Got a little more left. I think I'll put it in there. I am going to get some blotter paper, which I happen to have right over here, I think. And put that down on top of it. Then we're going to lift this up and take another sheet of piece of blotter paper and slide it under. I still have that Mylar sheet on the bottom. I'm going to leave that on there. I'm tempted to put one on top too, but we'll see how this turns out. I'm going to go put this in the press and we'll check it in an hour or two. After about an hour and a half, I went ahead and changed the blotting paper. And this is about 2 hours after that. I figured we'll go ahead and take a look at it. and that it might still be a little bit damp if I need to do more to it. So let's see if we can get this off without causing too much trouble. Yeah, it's going to stick. Some of it doesn't want to come off. Yeah, it's still damp on part of it. But I do want to see what it looks like so far. And then we'll change the blotting paper again and put it back in the press. Yeah, it's not coming up easy. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to put it back in for a while. I'm losing a little bit of color on it. Yeah, that corner didn't come out. It's a shame. I think what happened with that corner was I just didn't have enough of it touching the paper. I don't think I'm going to worry about that. Yeah, it's not going to come off yet. I think it's still a little too damp. So, yeah. Yeah, you see here that the paper isn't even touching there. So there's some spots where I just messed it up. Didn't have it in close enough. We're going to go ahead and put this back on. Put it back in the press for a couple more hours. I am going to remove the Mylar. Yeah, we're just going to stick it back in the press for a couple of days. It's not going to be ready to. It's not going to be dry enough for me to be able to show in this video. So we have at least one more to go. I should have let it dry longer. I should have let it go a full 6 to 8 hours, but I was hoping it was dry enough that I could get the Kollecting off. Obviously that didn't happen. Not all of the furnish that I put on had enough of a seal or enough that I could, that the paper would stick, that the pulp would stick. It just didn't go up far enough, and that's my fault. I took a little too much off. But we're going to see how it turns out in the next video. In the meantime, yeah, I have other projects I'm working on too, including I had two in my cold press at the same time. And I wasn't going to bother showing you that, but I will. But I'm not going to show it to you right now, obviously. Uh, I'm going to try to get this done by Friday. No guarantees, but I'm going to try to finish the weird science by Friday. If I don't, I don't. But I will definitely show you the other thing that I was working on, and we'll get that settled. In the so yeah, that's it. I didn't get as far as I wanted to, and part of that was because Saturday I was not feeling good at all. In fact, a little sick to my stomach, really bad headache. I was drinking plenty of fluids, so it was not dehydration. But yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us. We get under the weather sometimes. Partially because I haven't been getting enough sleep. That's just the way it is. Uh, I take naps in the afternoon now just to supplement what I get at night because I don't sleep that well at night anymore. Anyway, yeah, you saw as far as I've gotten. And like I said, I'll try to get that finished by Friday. Hopefully I can. You know, I would shoot for Wednesday, but there's just no way. Because I think I'm going to have to do a little more spot casting on that comic to get it the way I want it. So take care, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday night. And also I'll drop a video on Wednesday of some sort. And of course, I've been dropping the what the bleep videos like crazy because I'm trying to get caught up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more and 2 more showing up today because you're seeing this on Monday. But I have 2 more boxes showing up today. So I'm still 6 boxes out. And that's. I did try to get a Green Lantern #1. I'm just going to tell you this because it's something to talk about. I tried to get a Green Lantern #1. and it was in really kind of rough shape, and I didn't really want to pay that much for it because it was in such bad condition. But it also had Gil Kane's signature on it, and when I looked at it, I recognized it as an authentic signature. Looked like every Gil Kane signature I've ever seen. So I went up to 500. I just couldn't justify going higher than that because I was going to have to do some work to it, and I don't want to do that. So I went up to 500, and the final sale on it was $700. Obviously, I didn't get it. Would have been nice to have, but I was not prepared to go $700 on that comic. I'm sure I will eventually get a copy for much less. It won't be signed, and maybe it was worth going that high for the signature. I don't know. I think that's what most people were bidding on, was the actual signature and not the condition of the comic. That's it. Take care, everybody. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, thumb it down. I don't care. Just interact with me. Comments are always welcomed, and I do read every comment and try to reply to every comment, although sometimes it takes me a while. Sometimes they slip through the cracks and I miss them and I have to find them later. And like I said, we'll see you Wednesday night. Take care, everybody. Bye.